Hey guys, Brickit here and welcome back to another LEGO City update. Now, if you managed to watch the L2M live stream we did this Sunday, you'll have noticed that a certain accident happened.
Does this happen? And I just broke it, so...
Oh my god!
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
And sadly, I destroyed my haunted high school. So I thought, you know what, I've been wanting to look at kind of putting that into the city somehow anyway, so I thought, well, let's make it a blessing instead of a curse, and let's do that for this week's city update. Okay, so after doing a little bit of research, I find this MOC, which is MOC 43639, and this is the only one I've actually managed to find that actually relates to the high school. But it looks pretty cool. It seems to keep a lot of the hidden side stuff as well, and it's modular, so it is actually a 16 by 32 base plate. There seemed to be some good comments about it, so I thought it was only $10, so you know, I thought this would be a good kind of starting point for mine, as I've only got less than a week to do this for my city update. So let's get cracking. Okay, so I've purchased the instructions from Rebrickable. This is the first time I've brought anything from Rebrickable, but it's really, really easy. You just do it via PayPal and the instructions are immediately available to download, which is pretty cool. So the first thing I've noticed on the instructions is it tells you not to use a base plate. That's mainly because the guy is obviously using the pieces just from the set, and the set doesn't come with a base plate. But obviously, because I have a city that is basically just covered with base plates, that's what I use, then I'm going to start and figure out how to get this onto a normal base plate. Now, looking at it, it is a normal 16 by 32 instead of 32 by 32, so it's going to be half modular, but he does kind of make this little side build as well, which I might do depending on whether I have time left this week. Because obviously I've now got to try and build this thing within a week for this LEGO City update. So hopefully it will turn out okay. Maybe this week I'll be doing his MOC, and then I might go back through it next week and look at amends that I would make, because obviously he's only using pieces from the set, so it's going to be a bit wonky in places, as I've seen on the video that he's done. Okay, so I'll build the first section and then I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so this is section 1 done. This is the ground floor of 3 floors, I believe it is, looking at the instructions. And it is pretty cool, actually. I quite like this. I've used the pink one here because I couldn't find the brown one. I need to replace that in a second. I was just using it as a placeholder because it was 2 brown pieces. Now, there's a lot of things here that I would definitely change, but obviously I know the guy can only use the things from the set. Obviously, I'd probably change this one for a white one instead of this black one. Although it could be quite cool, because I am thinking of leaving this with all its kind of monster capabilities. So I might leave it as a black one, so it does look a little bit more spooky with this kind of lamppost, but it is a different setback to the ones in the modular buildings. So I'm probably going to change that throughout my city anyway, so that's not really a big deal. But one cool thing that's with this one, and I'll show you, is if I show you the back of the building, there's actually this lever here. And if you look inside, it's very, very bare. Like I said, you can see all the workings. So I want to fill all this in and make it a little bit better. It's a computer screen over here, so stuff like that. I'd probably turn this into a reception area and then kind of figure all this out, but that'll be later. This staircase is a little bit weird as well, with like a pink step, but he's obviously just had to try and use the colours. But more interestingly, there's actually this bar here, which if you pull this up and then push it out, this whole bit moves. And with this bar here, actually pulls out the claws at the front, which is awesome. And that is why the lamppost is further back, because obviously the lamppost would get in the way if it was here. Also, if you open the door, it also has the teeth. So it's kind of creating that monster thing, and the door inside, if you can see, actually moves. Now, he said to have the door the other way around, but I think I'm going to do this now, just quickly. Piece there. So like that, I would actually put the animal piece there instead, so as it comes forward, it still has that mouth kind of showing, to have that cool kind of, you know, Newbury look, the hidden side stuff. Now, originally when I saw this, I was like, don't really care about that. I'm going to use this as a basis just to kind of have it and then make a nice modular inside. But the more I look at this, the more I think, do you know what? This is the last year, apparently, of hidden side. So why not have something that I'll remember hidden side by having this cool kind of derelict building that's also a haunted house. So I'm going to leave it as this at the moment and then rework it afterwards, like say make it more nicer pieces and stuff inside. But I do think I'm going to keep all these features that this guy's managed to keep, because this is really cool. And from the outside, it kind of looks really normal, like that, at least at the bottom floor at the moment. And I really like what he's done here with this kind of derelict looking step and things. And then I might clean up this bit here, make this just like normal to match the rest of the pavement, but then have this as like an actual kind of shrine to hidden side because I want to have a lot more themes adding into my city, and I've got ideas for Batman as well and all these other things too. So this took me absolutely ages to do. It's very fiddly. Things do fall off a little bit. I need to secure them a bit better with extra pieces, I think. But it's actually a really great fun build. Obviously, because I broke this live on my live stream, the pieces were everywhere, so I'm kind of having to stumble over, try and find pieces, as well as I think the guy might use some of the extras, which I've obviously packed away a long time ago once I'd finished the actual set. But anyway, let's get on to the next part of this build, the next floor, and we'll take a look at that one too. Okay, that took a lot longer to do because I was really struggling finding the pieces that had fallen everywhere. So, but this is the second floor, and I think this looks really, really cool. I think I will probably move some of these unicorn horns. I'm not too keen on them. I wasn't too keen on them in the original set, so that's not the guy's fault who was mocking this, but I think I might try and change this a bit. I'm not too keen on this weird kind of candle here as well, so I might just clean this up a little bit. But I do like his use of the these stubbies here to show the greenery. Might want to tidy that up and clip it on because these do kind of fall off quite easily. So I might try and connect it somehow a bit more stronger. But this is looking pretty cool. And what's cool about this one is the inside, again, is not very clean at all. It's not very pleasant. I have to admit that is not a thing I would pick this Rebrickable for. But this actually opens. So there are some absolutely awesome hidden side features on this floor as well. So let me make the monster at the bottom again. So that's that bit there and the door opening to show the monster teeth. But then this is really cool. This actually, very delicately, this is the problem with this build because obviously it's a little bit delicate. You can actually open up these windows and you actually have scary eyes poking through here. This is insanely fragile. I want to try and steady this. Maybe if I built something up here just to give this a little bit more pressure here. It's very fiddly. Yeah, not a recommended build, like I said, but this is really fun. If you want to create a hidden side modular building, this is really cool. So let me show you the sides. The sides kind of have these window lattices on it. I will remove these, I believe, when I do make it better, because this is obviously just using pieces and white bits. It just looks a little bit too derelict for my opinion, especially because the inside will be more fun when this is connected to something on the side. And then the back, I'll show you the back. They put the bin here, it's pretty cool. This is a bit of a weird lamp made. I'll probably tidy that up. Again, this is the mechanism for the back. And then now we have this balcony here, which is pretty cool. And you can see in, but like I said, the insides of this aren't the greatest. So let me just show you from a top-down view. So as you can see, he's used these really nice sticker pieces. So I want to remove them and replace them because these are quite nice to use. We have a ladder here going up, which is a bit weird. The toilet piece here, which again is a little bit strange how it's been placed there. And then this is actually a broken chair I have because sadly it broke during the drop. But again, got the skeleton there and like a random kind of food area. So it doesn't really work in my opinion, the interior, but that's kind of understandable because like I said, he's tried to make it more hidden side, which I think's really cool. And I just have to applaud the guy for actually giving this a go because no one else has. This is the only actual mock I saw online. So anyway, I'll put all the hidden side stuff back like so. And again, originally I actually set this up to have as this being just a normal building that I would then just keep it as a derelict building and take all the hidden side stuff out of. I'm still not too sure, so you guys let me know if you think I should keep it as like this kind of you know, nod to hidden side when it goes. I think it'd be pretty cool. And also I'm thinking of potentially looking up and getting a mock for the Ecto 1 because I don't actually have that. So that would be pretty cool because I could get the Ghostbusters kind of standing outside ready to go into this kind of terror of a high school, which would be pretty cool. But I'll carry on now and do the final floor of this and then probably work on whatever this bit's going to be here. Okay, so this tower of a monstrosity is actually done. And I actually think this looks really cool. I'm actually quite impressed with how this turned out. The inside, again, no for me. I'll definitely sort that out. But do you know what? This outside exterior, I think looks pretty cool, especially seeing as it's just been made to a half a modular. Now, my thoughts really is the fact that a school probably wouldn't be this small. So I might turn this into something not a school. So maybe you guys have got some ideas of what it could be. I was thinking maybe a little town hall or a little cathedral. It's just for my city. That could be kind of cool because it's got this clock tower bell and that kind of stuff. Maybe just remove that Newbury High sticker there and it could be something else. But there's also a little build here that I'm going to do after this as well, just to kind of see what that looks like. It didn't look too interesting on the PDF, but I might as well build it anyway. so you guys can see, and the fact that I've got 3 base plates. Well, I've got 2 extra base plates to the side over here in my city. So I thought, well, I might as well fill this with something for now, and then I can always remove it later as more and more things get added to the city. But let's have a look at this top floor first. So if I raise the camera up a little bit, so going from the outside here, you obviously have the original clock tower. This now no longer does anything. In the original one, that kind of clicked the eyes open, but it's still pretty cool. You've got this here that actually rotates very, very delicately, and it shows kind of tentacles and teeth, which I'll show you the full hidden side effect when it's all done. You've also got the eyes there just to kind of add a little bit more of a monster kind of look to it, which is pretty cool. You have to kind of have the tentacles in a little bit, sadly, because of the rotation of the of this, but it's still pretty nice. This top bit here also flicks up, which just shows some extra teeth. Don't know whether that's really needed, but it does have it there anyway, just to give that kind of that lime green effect. So that's the front. I couldn't find the other one of these. It's supposed to be one of those that side as well, but to be honest, I think they're probably extras, which I just don't have at the moment. Like I said, it's probably in my bits box somewhere. We've kept this bit here. Again, not too keen on that, so I might actually straighten that up. I'm not too sure, but it is supposed to look run down, so it doesn't look too bad actually for this kind of building. So this side again is very higgledy-piggledy, and these cutouts are actually because there weren't enough base plates in the set, so I get why he's done this, but I might just tidy this up with some nicer plates that I've got, clean this all up. There's also a random door here, which kind of makes no sense because it goes onto this is a sink. Again, it's just using up the pieces, so I'll probably just move that and I can use that in something else that's actually nicer. Then we have this kind of balcony at the back, so it's got these grills again. This actually looks quite nice. I quite like this. I'll probably just tidy it up a little bit. I'm not too sure on this window here, for instance. I might actually move that window to there potentially and clean this up a little bit. But it kind of, these look quite cool, quite nice idea. And it kind of does kind of work, which is quite nice. These bits here I'm not too sure on either. Just got the ball joints. It'd be really cool if you had some gargoyles actually up here. But yeah, it's just not in this current build. And then we have another, the same side, this side with these. So these definitely need covering up in my opinion, unless I make them look like actual cupboards inside the building, which could be quite a cool idea to make it look a little bit more like what it's supposed to be, which is a teacher's lounge. Could push this in one, make these look like drawers inside, which is something I might do. Okay, so I'll take the top off and try and show you the insides of this building. A little bit flimsy to take off, but the clock tower stays on like so. And as I show you, he's used the spinner here for the table, which is a bit weird, as well as this bracket piece, so I'm going to change all of that. This is supposed to be a coffee kind of dining room lounge here, which to me just looks like a higgledy-piggledy of pieces, as well as this. Using the signs up here, I've actually not even bothered to use the sign there because I've used that in my city already. So I'm going to clean all of this up. The trophies there are kind of nice, but just a little bit odd. Again, that's the hole for the weird ladder that doesn't even connect, so that's a bit weird. So I want to kind of actually replace that with proper stairs. Sink's just in a random place here for no reason, and then obviously this is all taken up here with the spinning mechanism. So like I said, real mishmash of things inside, but I'm going to hollow this out and clean this all up myself and make it actually a nice interior. Before I put this back on, I just wanted to show you the actual roof as well. So obviously this is covered up by the clock, and then you just move that up to make it look a little bit more evil. Pretty nice, not too bad. It's basically copied from the original anyway. You've got the bat on the top, the bell, which looks kind of cool. Doesn't swing anymore, but doesn't really matter. But yeah, pretty nice. Quite like the roof. So let's put it back on. Okay, so this is just one more look at it on the outside before it goes into the city without the hidden side. Now if I spin all this around, I'll show you how it hidden sides. So that is that bit. You can push that bit up there, which you don't really see very much at all. You can then open this bit here very carefully without it breaking to reveal the eyes. And then if I get the door open here, you can then see the mouth and then pull this forward at the back to reveal the tentacles coming through the windows here and the kind of nails coming out here as well. Really, really cool. They're a bit slippy. So overall, I think that looks really, really cool actually. Like I said, I want to clean the insides. I need to kind of figure out how I can make these eyes look a little bit better inside. Maybe I'll just put a fake wall so you can't see any of that feature from the inside and have something there. Maybe that's just the toilet facilities for that floor. And then maybe upstairs I'd because I think in the original he said this was the actual teacher's lounge, but there's no actual teaching facilities in this school. So I think I will have a look around to see if I can find some nicer interiors that I can use. I might have a look at what I've got already. Maybe some of the Harry Potter sets that I bought actually might help turn this into kind of more of a school looking thing inside. But yeah, that's it for now. I'm going to now work on the side bit that was on the PDF as well, just to see what that looks like. And then after that, we'll put it in the city. Okay, so I built this bottom bit here as well. So it's kind of got the bus stop here, like kind of, I've got a couple of bits missing, and obviously this wasn't meant to go on a green base plate either, so there's a bit of green showing through. But it kind of supposed to look derelict anyway. It's a little bit odd. I'm not sure if I actually like this, but I thought I'd do it anyway, see what it looks like, because I've got, like I said, 2 base plates that way anyway, so I might as well kind of have this in there and see what it looks like. But taking a closer look, as you can see, it's kind of got the clock in there. It's supposed to look like it's crumbled and decrepit, and it kind of does make the rest of the building look a little bit bigger maybe. Next to it, it's kind of like as if it was much bigger than what it was, because obviously it's just a big tower at the moment, which is kind of what I said before. It felt a little bit weird that it was just a school like this, whereas this kind of looks like it could have been much bigger in the past, and it kind of got abandoned and decrepit and stuff. So I kind of like it. So let's put this into the city and take a look at what it looks like. Okay, and here it is in the city. So at the moment I've got it next to the bookshop and the house building that comes with the bookshop, but I think it looks kind of cool here. Doesn't look too bad. You can see the train station on the other side as well, and then here you just see obviously the same clocks, but it's kind of cool. Probably won't stay here, this won't be its permanent position, but as you can see over in this direction, I have 2 base plates here and some stuff going on that needs kind of sorting. So this bit, I was thinking of maybe putting a nice bus stop here, which is the one from that assembly town square set. So I was thinking maybe that'll go there. I was just kind of looking at it. Not too sure about what I'm going to put here. So if you guys have any ideas, that would be awesome. But I've kind of put this here at the moment. I'm not too sure on this little side build at all, to be honest. It's a little bit messy, but it looks okay. It makes it look a little bit grander. And actually, it's got like a quarter of a base plate behind it. So I could do like a little basketball court or something where they would have done gym class or something in the past. But this is where it is at the moment. Now, if you can see, I've actually put a ghoul inside, one of the floaty ones. So if I take this off, I'll show you how I made him. So I'll pretty much just put him on a stick with the weird wings on it, and then a hairpiece. Just thought it was quite cool, because if I'm going to keep it hidden side for now, I just thought, you know what, have a little reference to there being an actual ghost in here that needs sorting. So that can go in there, and that can go there like so. And then I thought, well, I might as well get the ghost hunters themselves, although I already have this guy actually at the train station at the moment in his car, so I might need to change that around. But for now, I thought it was quite funny to have him kind of here ready to ghost bust, as well as the female character as well. So they're both kind of been told that there's this guy up there that they need to bust, and I thought I'd let them have their ghost dog as well. So the ghost dog's kind of with them over here. There we go. So that's looking pretty cool. Okay, so one last look with it all looking super, super scary. So obviously that pops up there. We have this that comes out here. Got to be very careful with this one. There we go, with the evil face, and it kind of still touches there, but it's not too bad. And then we have the door opening at the bottom to reveal the teeth, and then the actual trapdoor at the back to open to show the tentacles coming out. But I thought, you know what, that's still not scary enough for me, so I added my own modification, and that is the dreaded Friends character who pops up with the evil bear. Look how evil that is. Way more evil than anything else in this set. Okay, so just thought I'd give you a bit of a handheld look. There they are, kind of getting ready to go into the... You can see the Friends doll there, just hiding. And there we go, next to the city and stuff. So I think it's looking pretty cool over here. Over this side is obviously nicely packed as well. So I do have some tiles now on the way, so that'll be awesome when I can start finishing off the tiles. And then I need to kind of figure out what I'm going to be doing for these 2 base plates over here. Okay, so that's it for this week's LEGO City update. I think this actually looks pretty cool here, and it's actually very, very tall. Probably not going to stay here next to the bookshop and the modular side house with it, but for now I think it looks okay. I just kind of wanted to start building up this section kind of over here. So if you guys have any ideas of what could go here at the moment, let me know. But that's it for this week, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed the vid, then if you haven't already, please like and subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. And as always, keep bricking it.